Morning, Rick.
Hello.
All right, council, we are going to review the highway budget, and that is on page 57 through 59 in your budget, or in your packet. So Rick, if you just want to go ahead and get started, let us know of any additions, changes, and anything else that you'd like to share with the council.
All right, I'll give you the good news first. The economy's doing great and all the fuel prices are going down. Okay, none of that's true. We have no good news at all. All right, we'll start with the bridge fund here. You'll see the culverts went up to 90,000. That was an increase from 40 last year. That is just the material cost itself that's went up that much. Maintenance and repair, we left at 50. Bridge inspection stayed at 100. Small structures, 50. Bridge 207, Blue River Road, that's an estimated 150. We never know. You're trying to bid something a year out. I mean, things change on a weekly basis, so that's the extreme definition of hitting a moving target, but we'll throw 150 out there and see where it goes from there. But the total for the Cume Bridge Fund, I left at 440, and that's what we're working off of.
And then Rick, with your small structures line item, is that something that you're going to be expending like during the fall time?
Small structures, you never really know. That could be a wing wall, that 50 could go towards a $150,000 project, or that could be broke up into $5,000, $10,000 small projects.
Okay, good to know. And is that the same thing with the bridge inspection then?
Yes, bridge inspection, we're on a 4-year cycle with the state, and that's just our in-kind that we pay towards that.
Okay. All right, council, do you have any questions on that budget?
On the bridges, say there's a 4-year, but aren't they expecting certain bridges in that 4-year window?
Yeah,
And
there's different parts of the bridge inspection. There's weight rating, they do different parts. They'll inspect the same bridge multiple times for different things.
Gotcha. And who's doing that for us now?
Jansen and Spawns is the name of the company.
Okay, you want to move on to local road and street?
All right, local road and street. We have a little larger bridge project. This is Bridge 211 on Fire Lane Road. It is a 40-foot clear span bridge. My estimate is somewhere between $350,000 and $450,000. We've had $400,000 in local road and street in past years, so I thought it was a good fit for there. So we put all $400,000 towards Bridge 211.
Okay. Any questions on that one, council? All right. Move on to MVH.
All right, as far as payroll and insurance, I have increased this enough to allow for a 5% raise. You'll see there was a decrease on the 1173 side and an increase on the 1176 side. We have to maintain a 50-50 balance, and by moving it that way, it kind of makes State Board of Accounts happier. They like to keep a record of what was construction, what was preservation, and just by moving that amount, we'll just keep them a little happier.
Which amounts were these?
Like your payroll and your insurance, the items there. We use it out of 1173 and 1176,
Okay.
but we did move like 40,000 more out of 1176 this time.
Okay.
Stone, road signs, that's pretty basic. Fuel, what I've done on fuel, we had about a 40,000 cushion in past years, which allowed for, spikes in the price. Nothing allows for, $6 fuel for months on end, months on end, months on end. But I can't bring myself to put the entire budget towards fuel. So what I'll do, rather than just spend $400,000 on fuel, we will just adjust things on our end, and we may spend more time in the back of a dump truck cutting brush by hand, but we will counter with that rather than just throwing money at the fuel situation.
That's very appreciated. Thank you.
Rick, on your road signs, is this budgeted in for the new signage we're gonna have to do?
Now, this is what we do every year. This 20 is like for your speed limit signs, your stop signs.
Well, that's what I was assuming.
Yeah, the money for we did an appropriation, so the money for the new weight rating signs, we should have this year. Down below, You'll see Bridge 128, that's kind of the same deal as what we were looking at in the Bridge Fund. That's 170,000 estimate, could go up, could go down, I don't really know. On matching grant 334, that's our in-kind, like every other year. You'll notice about a $300,000 reduction in the road work. That is due to when we look at our receipts we get in on a monthly basis, we've been on a pretty bad trajectory. Like we had a little nest egg there, and the nest egg is wearing off, so now we've had to make a reduction there to keep ourselves in the black.
What fund are you on right now?
Down at the bottom of 1173.
Okay,
Could be the road work line.
okay, yes.
Made a pretty drastic reduction there just to keep us in the black. And if things go perfectly this year, we should end up with, 150,000 surplus, which that's fine. I'd rather play it on the safe side. If we have to do an appropriation for something, we will. But I think if we went the way we would have, we would end up at least 100,000 in the red there.
Okay. Well, thank you for being proactive and putting together your budget. Okay, council, do you have any questions on this fund? Okay,
All right, starting at the top there again. First deputy supervisor, we've allowed for a 5% raise. Longevity, not a big change there. Office supplies, all small numbers there, just like previous years. That's all pretty basic.
okay,
It's all stayed the same. On your next page, part-time stayed the same. Operators and drivers, again, allowed for a 5% raise. You'll see an increase on this one where we moved again the 1173 to the 1176 just to keep the 50-50 state board of accounts happy. Overtime line left the same. Other supplies, really no other big changes in that.
and you moved road signs to a different fund? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, most times if you see something switched like that, it's to try to keep the 50-50 balance because our 1173 or 1176 cannot exceed the 1176. It's confusing.
okay,
A lot of times, if they didn't have that until about 3 or 4 years ago, and it made life much easier because now you still have to budget everything, and when you're done and it doesn't match the 50-50, you just have to start from scratch and keep moving and robbing, and I really don't see the purpose in it.
mhm,
It's what they want.
But written in, they have certain guidelines for the restricted it had to be used.
Yeah, it's construction, not preservation, then that's a whole other gray area there.
And determining what that is.
Yeah, you can haul rock to this road if you're making it a road, but if you're just making the road better, you can't. There's a whole lot of gray area. All right, go back here.
We can't cross roads.
Yeah, do whatever we got to do. Mechanic shop foreman line, that's an increase due to the 5% raise. Everything else, maintenance and repair. Down with fuel, you'll see that's actually a reduction in fuel, but the overall dollar amount budgeted for fuel next year is the same. It's just where we moved 20,000 from there to there, at the 50-50. Repairs stayed the same, both on road equipment and tractors. Okay. Online, trucking equipment, everything stayed the same there as last year. The biggest change, if you'll, the overall total, that's where you'll see your biggest change, like a $300-some-thousand reduction.
and with making these changes, do you feel like there's still enough cushion in there for you to maintain operations?
I mean, trying to budget a year ahead of time, the way things change, you just have to be flexible. There's nothing in here going to be exactly right. You just have to be on your toes.
Council, any more questions for Rick?
Doing a good job.
All right, well, if you have any questions, we'll call you back tomorrow.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Rick.